Alright, I am back, and I am ready to give you guys this one. It's my weekly soccer rant, and today I'm going to be discussing kickball and how it reigned supreme this weekend at the tournament that my team came from. So I think you're going to like it, and I'm going to discuss things that I did well and things that I didn't do well. So stay tuned, and let's talk about kickball and soccer. Let's go. Let me get you started here. So I go to this tournament in Tampa, and it's not a bad tournament. It's not bad at all, actually, in the end. But every team that we played against was so kickball oriented, it was insane. So much kickball. There were so few passes from player to player, like literally, I mean, from like one player on their team to the next, that it was ridiculous. And if you know me, maybe you don't, but if you know me, you understand that my style, the way I like to develop players, develop teams, is centered around attacking movements and dominating possession of the ball. Right, so we don't play kickball, and so what I mean by that is I do not even allow my players to clear the ball. So when the ball is in our back, I do not tell them boot it, clear it, send any of those words, those key phrases that a lot of people use. You don't hear me say them. I'm quiet because I want them to figure out how to play out from that and not just boot the ball out. Right, that's the easy thing, to kick the ball out. So when that comes down to me, my philosophy is we don't pass the ball for the sake of passing. You're passing the ball to move the defenders out of position. So again, and this comes out of a futsal movement, or futsal practice, is in futsal, you're doing these rotation, these plays to move defenders. And we're not just passing the ball. There's a reason, I like to have a reason for every single pass that you make, and it's to move the other team that you can lead to a scoring chance. So, and I'll be honest, right, I did not do a great job of adapting to kick. There was a couple of things that I tried to do and it didn't work out. In the end, it cost us the games, and that's because I am so focused the way that I believe that the way the game should be played, possession, using team pressing, and trying to move the other team. Where in soccer, kickball can reign supreme. And I'll give you an example. In our second game, I mean, we had almost 50 shots. I mean, it was like probably like 46, like something stupid like that. We scored 2 goals. The other team we played against had 4 shots the whole game. They scored 3. Because all they did was, anytime the ball was anywhere near them, they smashed it down the field. So it was hard for us because we haven't played we haven't played like strict kickball teams in a while. We played some teams that'll boot it, but some that will make a couple passes. But like these teams didn't make any passes and they just smacked the ball. So we struggled as a group, that me included, struggled to adapt to get my team to drop a little bit deeper to eliminate that kickball approach, because we're used to going out and trying to high press the opponent. But they would just, from goal kicks, from anything, they would just smash it down the field. They had some kids that could smack the ball, so they would bounce over our heads. And so I try to get my kids to understand that you have to drop deeper. Now, of course, when you're facing your own goal, we try to play it backwards. And when I say backwards, like back to the keeper, maybe playing it out to the side to the fullback, or the outside center back. And again, we struggled from that sometimes because, again, that's my belief. So in the end, that cost us the tournament, because I said we're going to play this way. That's how it's going to be. We're not going to clear the ball like everybody else. And that, in the end, like I said, it just cost us. But for the development of my players, I think it's crucial that they do this, that they play like this. Do you agree? My takeaway from this weekend was that kickball teams are very, very successful because when they boot it and your team doesn't drop quick enough, they're going to have their fast players up front that will literally just sprint down the field to go get it. So what I should have done was drop my line a little bit deeper and have my players think and play a little bit quicker in terms of where the next pass needs to go to under that severe pressure, because that cost us a couple goals. And, you know, the thing is, at this age, players are going to make mistakes, right? Mistakes happen. That's part of the thing. So I had to plan quicker on how can we be successful out of that. Because like I said, I haven't played a straight kickball team in a while. And every game we played this weekend was kickball, 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 kickball. So we ended up losing control, because anytime we got the ball, the other team would just smack it wherever they were. They would just smack the ball versus looking to make a quick pass to somebody and trying to maybe switch the point or whatever. They would just smack the ball down the field. So it was a challenge. And so, like, the way that we want to play is, and this is why kickball works, is because we try and build out and play, right? Try and pass around to move the opponent. Whereas they would just smash the ball no matter where they are on the field, they would just smash it. So they're either trying to shoot or they're trying to send it behind us so that their guys can run to go try and score. And I think a lot of it has to come down to my personality of the way that I want to be successful in the game, is that I will not put down my belief of the way I want my kids to play. Not even just my kids, the way I want my team to play, is trying to play expansive soccer. And, creating, for example, numerical overloads in every third of the field, especially the defensive third and midfield third, because it's really hard to do it in the final third, but you can get a 2v1 on the outside or a 2v1 centrally or something like that. But in the end, this is why I've said before that there will be games that I will lose, because I will not allow my players to boot the ball. I don't accept it. It's not acceptable for me, because that is not soccer, that's kickball. If you want to go play kickball, go to a baseball field, grab one of those bouncy balls and go smack it across the field, right? For me, it's about development of soccer players. So you could argue that I sacrificed winning this tournament because I could have easily reverted back and said, you know what, boys, clear the ball. Anytime the ball comes anywhere near you, just smash it out of bounds, smash it up front. Instead, I said, you know what, no, we're going to do it like this. You're going to try and play out from that. Because again, the easy thing is to tell the kids to smash the ball out of bounds or smash it out or whatever. Instead, I said, you know what, deal with it. Figure out how to play out. And it cost us. In the end, it cost us, right? I didn't win this weekend. I'm not coming home with a trophy. So it sucks, but that's the reality that we face in this country. Is there are still so many teams. And again, we played 3 teams. Not one of them played soccer. We tried to play. And it's like, it's mind-blowing to me that it's still like this. Why are we not, as a country, trying to develop better soccer players? So that's what I experienced this weekend, and it again, it sucks, it hurts, but I will not stray away from the way that I want to develop players and the way that I want to develop my systems of play. So, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me. Let's go. Let's chat. Tell me, what would you do? Player, coach, parent? Would you sacrifice your player's development, your child's development, your team's development to win a trophy? Right, so again, I could have done that this weekend. I could have been like, you know, we'll take the W. We're going to clear the ball. We're going to kick it out. I said no. What would you do? What would you do? You tell me. Listen, soccer is a cruel, cruel game, right? I mean, it's cruel. The U14 team that my brother coaches, they lost in the final. They could have scored by 10 goals. 10 goals. They make one mistake out of the back, trying to pass out of the back, and in the last minute and 30 seconds, the other team gets a free kick because the player in the back made a mistake. They get a free kick, cross, bang, goal. And they tie 1-1 in the final. They go to PKs and lose. They could have scored 10 times. But that's how cool the game is. Because the other team didn't play soccer, they kicked the ball. They played kickball. And it's like the team that was the better team, that had more chances, that could have had 10 goals, lost. But because we tried to play out, it cost us the game. With less than 2 minutes, they get a free kick from a mistake in the back. Cross, goal. 1-1. Then to penalties. And then game over. That's how cruel this game is. When you try and develop players the right way, playing a certain style of passing and playing out of the back, for example, it's gonna cost you arguably more times than not than just clearing the ball. Because again, this team that just played kickball cleared it out every time, won in the end. They won. They won the tournament. That's the reality that we face in this country.